Malava didn't just gear up to vote. It also vowed to put up a fight to protect the vote. Strange buses rolled in under the cover of politics on the eve of the voting day, carrying unfamiliar faces with no campaign colors, no ID, no story. When residents confronted them, those buses didn't negotiate, they bolted. But one man didn't run. He was cornered. And under pressure, he dropped a name that lit a fire in Kenya's political streets, Livondo. Malava wasn't just voting, Malava was defending. Earlier on Tuesday, local youths intercepted a vehicle believed to be carrying cash for voter bribery in Malava. That incident alone set the tone for a tense and volatile atmosphere ahead of the by-election. Fear, suspicion, and anger were already brewing before the buses even arrived. By midday, tensions escalated further when multiple buses filled with unfamiliar men appeared on Malava roads. No campaign signs, no local faces, no explanation. Residents knew something wasn't right, and they were ready.
William Ruto, watu wamekukataa. Wacha watu wachague kiongozi wanaomtaka. Ukijaribu kuleta mambo ambayo Samia Suluhu alifanya kule Tanzania, tuko tayari kama wananchi kuingia State House na kung'oa mamlaka.
This wasn't a rumor. It wasn't Twitter noise. It was a real-life political ambush that turned the Malava by-election into a live-action thriller. Hours earlier, the united opposition claimed that the state was plotting to manipulate the vote against Seth Panyako.
For the first time since the electoral history of Kenya, IBC has confirmed that they will be using uniformed officers and plainclothes officers. Those plainclothes officers is a tool for ballot stuffing. IBC has given ballot papers to government agencies that have been pre-marked, and the officers in civilian, their work is to figure out how to get the pre-marked ballots into the ballot box.
Let it be known that people have already spoken. At this defining moment, we urge Kenyans to stand firm, stand peaceful, and stand together. Let us prove once again that no force, however desperate, can overcome a united and a determined people. The will of Kenyans is sacred. It cannot be bought, it cannot be bullied, or indeed it can never be broken.
Kenyans shrugged it until reality arrived, disguised as hired passengers. Residents spotted buses ferrying strange men. No one knew them. They weren't locals. They weren't voters. They weren't campaign agents. They were imports. Then Malava snapped. They claimed they were just traveling. Residents didn't buy it. Why Malava? Why Tuesday? Just hours to elections. Why groups of able-bodied men with no luggage, no relatives, and no reason? Tension climbed like a cat up a mango tree. Within minutes, word spread. Youth aligned themselves like tactical units. This wasn't chaos. It was order born of suspicion. They demanded answers. They got silence. And silence in Malava at that time is not a diplomatic option. Suddenly, ignition. Engines roared. Tires screamed. The buses reversed and sped away like getaway vans in a haste gone wrong. Residents chased. The countryside echoed with shouts. If they were innocent, why run? Malava wasn't convinced. One individual didn't make it. Residents caught him. Tempers piqued. The crowd demanded truth. He resisted. The crowd insisted. He was taught a lesson like a class 2 pupil in a primary school. Not for entertainment, not for brutality, for answers, for ownership of their vote, for the dignity of a constituency tired of being treated like a doormat in national politics. Then came the moment that turned suspicion into revelation. Under pressure, he cracked. He said his name was James Muga. He said where he lived, Lucky Summer Estate, Nairobi. And most explosively, he named the man who allegedly sent them, Livondo.
Mimi Dennis Mukambai, Guni ya Livondo, tulikuwa tumekuja kuiba kura ya Panyako, lakini haiwezekani. Tunaomba watu wa Malava, pigeni Panyako kura. Panyako ni kiongozi ambaye atasaidia. Sema bahati mbaya nimenaswa bwana. Bahati mbaya nimenaswa. Nani alikuwa amekutuma? Ni Stanley Livondo. Alianza amekutuma. Na watu wako wapi? Ndio magari yamekuja nayo kwa wapi? Sijui ndugu yangu sana. Ujue magari zimekuja paka hapa karibu 5. Sijui saizi kwa wapi. Mimi ni mkazi wa Diri. Na walikuwa Nairobi unakana wapi? Lakisama. Nyinyi ndio wale mmeletwa. Walikuacha. Wakati wenye magari zilitoka ulitoka nje. Ulikuwa unataka kumaliza hapa moto, si ndio? Ulikuwa umetuma kwa mheshimiwa, si ndio? Umalize, si ndio? Nini? Your main objection ilikuwa gani? Ulikuwa unakuja kufanya nini? Weka security.
His words hit Malava like lightning. Suddenly, this wasn't about just Panyako. It wasn't just about ballots. It was about a machine, a network, an operation, allegedly engineered to ensure Malava votes were harvested like sugarcane. One confession turned a local election into a national security question. Who is deploying strangers into rural Kenya and why? Whether his confession is true, coerced, or part of a bigger script, one fact stands firm. Kenya's elections have mutated. Buses are now ballot boxes on wheels. Imported voters are now political weapons. Villages are now frontline security forces. Malava didn't wait for institutions. Malava became the institution. And after this, every by-election will now be closely watched with binoculars from Nairobi to Busia, to Mbeere North and Chwele in Bungoma County, and Ugunja and Kasipul, because the age of silent rigging may have just ended. Malava wasn't just going to vote for a candidate. Malava vowed to vote for dignity.
Tunagaje watu wangu. Hii maneno hii mmesoma nyinyi, mmesoma watu ambao walikuwa wanachunga ng'ombe juzi ndio wanaongoza, sisi tunafuata tu. Hadi kazi yetu sisi ni kuwa mamei, kuwa watchman, kuchimba makaburi, kuchanja kuku kwa matanga, kubeba maji kwa matanga. Hadi sisi vijana wetu ambao wanaingia kwa jeshi, ni jeshi la wokovu peke yake, sio jeshi la Kenya. Mnakubali maneno gani?
Maendeleo yenye tunataka tupewe sio kwa sababu ya kura ya by-election. Maendeleo ni kwa sababu tunataka asanti kwa kura yenye tulipigia rais.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our small constituency just taught Kenya a very loud lesson. If you tamper with local democracy, don't expect a soft landing. What do you think about this situation? Do you think what the man confessed is true? Drop your comments. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Ushabi Junior.